Absolutely not. There are many people in the city of Chicago who completely support having the additional resources to keep both ICE agents and community protesters safe. What we have seen is a complete abdication of responsibility both by Governor Pritzker and by the mayor of the city of Chicago, who have refused up until this point to allow police just to maintain the peace for protesters and for ICE agents doing their job. We need to bring some sanity back to the conversation, and a majority of Chicagoans want to see that happen.
Michael, is there any concern in the way that this is being done and that eventually you're going to have or possibly have violent clashes and things that may even escalate further from here?
So the purpose of this is really to assist in protecting federal facilities, specifically ICE, support the deportation proceedings for ICE, and there have been lots of clashes about that. But moreover, you talk to any police chief and you say, I'm going to give you extra bodies to help you in your mission, especially in high crime areas. The police chief's going to say, absolutely, please bring them here. And then you take a look at what happened in D.C. So the range in the decrease of crime goes from 18% to 33%. But moreover, there have been no violations of individual rights as a result of having soldiers on the ground. They're really in a supportive role, and it's been working out so far.
You mentioned D.C. here, and Alderman, I want to ask you about the politics of all this. I'm really curious to know in this city how the federal presence is going to play into local politics here the next time we have an election. Do you think that this is the type of thing that galvanizes the left and gives them energy going into the elections? Or do you think that there's a number of people or a mass of people in your city who say, no, this makes sense. The people who want to cut all the police and cut all enforcement, that's not the way to do it.
Well, I definitely think, that this plays to the extreme left of the politics of the city of Chicago. This allows for the re-election prospects of both the governor and the mayor to increase because they get to say that they've been standing up to Trump, standing up to federalizing our troops and so on and so forth, disregarding the fact that we still have a public safety issue here in the city of Chicago. What we would love to see is for the National Guard to support our officers to protect those tourists and high cultural institutions so our officers can go back into the neighborhoods and focus on constitutional policing. But we're not getting that support, and quite frankly, I think it's going to be a battle between the extreme and common sense moving into the upcoming election.